Good morning, Instagram. Or crap. Good morning, Good morning, Whimsic. Good morning, music. Say bye, baby. Oh, she doesn't want me to leave. Good morning, Whimsically musical teachers. If you're new to this vlog, everybody's new to this vlog because this vlog is brand new. I've never done it before. So you're probably wondering who this weird person is. I'm gonna let you know. My name is Rainey Barton, and this is my 4th year teaching elementary music in Florida. And I teach grades K through 5. I really love elementary. I wanted to be a high school band director, but the elementary positions were more open, and I just fell in love. I love it. I love everything about the age and what you get to teach, and it's just so fun. Anyway, I made this vlog not only to be accountable to myself and making sure that I'm being the best teacher I can be for my kids, but I also know that there are other music teachers out there that probably struggle with finding curriculum, since basically all of us have to make it ourselves, or finding activities that work for our kids, and seeing something at a workshop and being like, oh my gosh, my kids are nowhere near capable of doing that, and then getting down and depressed, but not realizing that you can manipulate it to a smaller activity that your kids can still do, but that you still get a lot of. It still benefits you. So my plan for this vlog is to do bunches of different things. I'm gonna do the daily vlog of a teacher life Monday through Friday and release that on Saturday or Sunday in the morning, so that you can see what the struggles that I go through, the struggles that other music teachers probably go through, and you can see how I handle certain things. I'm also going to do a Whimsical Wednesday. That's not going to be every week, every other week. But it's going to be a topic that I thought was important, like centers in the music room, or behavior management, or field trips, or stuff like that. We're going to have Folk Friday as well, and that's going to be every other week. And Folk Friday is going to be where I take a folk song or a folk dance, or just an activity that I love. Just take an activity that I love and do something with it. So maybe the first one, for example, I don't know, the first song that's coming up to me is Tidy-O. I teach 3 or 4 different ways you can use Tidy-O in your classroom. If you don't know what Tidy-O is, you should. It's a great song. Anyway, that's my plan. And so we're going to start. Today, though, is the first video, and that's all about my classroom tour. Now, if you haven't heard what my classroom tour, my theme is yet, it's Harry Potter Music Classroom. Yes, I'm super excited. I made all the materials that you're going to see in my classroom that are Harry Potter themed, because there wasn't really anything existing on Teachers Pay Teachers. And yes, this is a shameless plug that you should go get that stuff off my Teachers Pay Teachers. It's Whimsically Musical. But anyway, I'm going to start working on it, and then I will show you the finished product, and then we'll see what I did. So stay tuned. And this is the room so far. I can't wait for you all to see what it looks like in my tour, but this is a big gist of it. I know I have a really, really big room. I'm very, very blessed. And with that, let's get started with the tour. You come to here, and I stole this idea from David Rao, and I'm gonna make a sign for it. He's at Make Moments Matter for music, and he calls it the Sniffle Station. And so I'm really, just like him, I would get sick a lot when I have the tissues and stuff on my desk, because the kids are coming up to me and, you know, getting germs all over my desk. So there are wipes, a hand sanitizer, and 2 packs of tissues, and they can go here when they need that sort of stuff instead of to me. And then there's even a trash can for them to throw it away. I cannot wait to see how much better it makes me not be sick. You know, I can't use words right now. Anyway, that's my plan. And that fun little noise level charts I'm going to move somewhere else, but my mom made that for me my first year of school, and I don't necessarily use it, but I kind of like it, and she made it for me, so I want to have it up on the board. But I really like it, and so yeah. Then up here we have the 4 houses of Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw, and Slytherin. Those are for me to keep track of the house teams, and you'll see where I tie that in later, but they're going to be in groups of 4, and I'm going to be competing throughout the year for different incentives in my music room. So we'll see what those incentives are. I'm not entirely sure yet, but that's the plan. And then right here is where I have my house cup stuff. So I have one for each color, a jar, and then that little cauldron in the middle is where I'm gonna stick some of the like colored pom-poms that I'm using for them. So at the end of the class, like if the kids kept their points, then they get to put a couple of the pom-poms into the different jars, and then after like, I don't know, maybe 10 music classes or something, I'll see which class has the most and they'll get a free incentive. Like maybe play whatever instruments they want for the day, or they get to pick some of their favorite songs to do in music class, and then like we'll just keep competing, and then the one that has this filled the most at the end of the year will get some cool party from me, a class party or something. Not really sure, so yeah, I got to reuse my wedding tablecloth, which is exciting because I tried to sell them and no one would buy them, just because it's really hard to sell wedding stuff, but it's beautiful and I love it. Right behind it, I have the Conduct Yourself Well bulletin board. Get it? Conduct, music. And then I have my Harry Potter music words that I decorated myself. I made them. And I have my music rules are: make good choices, use good manners, speak when appropriate, involve yourself, and care for equipment. They seem to work really well for me. Whenever a kid breaks it, I kind of just say, like for example, if Billy broke the use good manners, when I say, Billy, you. And then he'd look at it and remember, oh, I broke use good manners, and then like stuff like that. But that works pretty well. And having the bulletin board right there is like always good because like the chairs are right there, so they can just literally turn and see it, and it works pretty well for me. Up next, we have my Hogwarts rest area chair. This is not timeout because Hogwarts is not a timeout place. Hogwarts is where if a kid walks in and they're having a really bad day because they just got in trouble from their teacher, or they're just really upset, or they're going to have a fit, if anybody bothers them right then, they don't even have to ask me. I can just get up and go sit in that chair, and I'm going to have a timer that I'm going to have over here, and they can flip the timer, and then when the timer's done, come back to class. But if the same kid is going like all the time, obviously I have a problem with that, and I'm not going to let them go if they're just using it to get out of class. But no kids have really abused it so far. They've really liked that I'm giving them a safe space to let it out instead of just, because, I mean, if they get in trouble right before they come to me, like, you can say, we're going to have a great day in music. They don't care. So you just gotta, you know, read kids' emotions, read their behaviors and stuff, and I really like my chair. Up next is my lovely hand drum wall. I have command hooks on there, and the hand drums go right on the wall. I don't remember what music teacher I found this from and like online, but I've seen it a couple of places. It works really, really well. I've had people ask me if the kids just come and knock them by or hit them and stuff, and honestly, I don't really have that issue. They're far enough away from the chairs and stuff that the kids know not to mess with them unless we're using them for an activity. And if they start to fight over which size they get, then we don't use the hand drums. So they've been pretty good about it. I don't have issues with this. Like, that's just not a thing for me. I know other people might, but I also don't really have like EBD classes and things like that, like other teachers might. So it works for me. Might not work for you, but I think it's quite beautiful. Here are my form posters. I have one more. I don't know where it is right now, but I have Echo Song, Call and Response, Rondo, Round, because the kids, you know, form is pretty important starting in 2nd grade and up, and so I'm trying to help them in the best possible way, but I really like my form posters. And then right here is my Soulfish posters. It's my Soulfish ladder. You know, you have your Joe Dumbledore, and then we have Hagrid, McGonagall, Bellatrix, Dobby, Voldemort, Sirius, and Dumbledore again. I really, really love how this came out. I am not gonna lie, this is probably one of my favorite things I made in my classroom, and I did use all different colored hands because I think it's important to show diversity. Up next is the wonderful Internment Area. So if you take a look at all of it, it looks quite beautiful. I tried to alphabetize it. Yes, I am that nerdy, and I alphabetized it. And I made all of the different cubbies for it. And then up here is just like, I tried to organize it as well. If you look over there, is like woods, and then shakers, and then metals, and then my membranes are all the way in that corner, which we'll get to in a minute. But I really like how it's come out so far. I must say, I'm actually really blessed at this school. I have hundreds of instruments, and I came in pretty well stocked. I've bought a couple of things over the years, but almost all of this already existed. So I know most music teachers don't have that set up, and I'm very, very lucky, but I'm just super excited to continue to grow my instruments with these students. This is my time signature wall. I have 2/4, 4/4 common times, 3/4, and 6/8, because those are the most common ones you use in class. I think as we start to do meter more in 2nd and 3rd grade, it's really important for them to be able to like see this constantly so they can see, and yeah. Over here is my drum corner. It has all my tubanos and djembes, and the smaller drums are up here. I actually need to get new ones because before I got here, I guess the kids would used to, this one's not a good example, the kids would used to, where is it? Okay, anyway, the kids used to lift them like that. And so some of the heads are not on. And I mean, they're on, but they're not really on. And so I don't like that. I want tunable ones anyway. So that's like my next future purchase. But I have a good amount for now. So the kids love to use the drums. I use them as often as I can. This is my subfolder area. It has all the stuff for like code red, fire drills, tornado drills, all the stuff. I don't actually use the subfolder. I use a sub-tab, which I will show you later. But I mean, that's what that's there for. And then up here is like my melody wall. It has melody, harmony, major, minor, scales, timbre, like with instruments, timbre with voices, because I think it's important that the kids know all these words. And instead of just having one major word wall, I've kind of just put my word wall all over the room. And I think that helps them. Plus they look nice and like it makes more stuff wall decor. So it works pretty well. This is another one of my favorite areas, the Internment Area. So you have your woodwind family, which is Hufflepuff over there. Up there we have our strings family, which is Ravenclaw. We have our brass family, which is Gryffindor. And then our percussion family, which is Slytherin. And I love that I have the brick doors behind it. I think it makes it look really awesome. But of course we know that like instrument families are a big deal starting in like 2nd grade and up. So I want them to always have pictures of what they look like up there. Of course, if we're doing Jeopardy or things like that, which I tend to do a lot in my room, I have to cover up that wall, which is kind of annoying because they will cheat, like literally cheat. They're such cheaters, but it's okay. But yeah, I really love how they can see the different families and how there's 4, so it kind of helps with the group. So like Woodwind family and Hufflepuff, you know, like Team Hufflepuff Woodwind. That's kind of cool. But yeah. And then right behind my xylophones and Orff instruments, which I'll show you in a minute, I put all of the Orff rules because I'm sick of always having to repeat myself, and this way they're always there. The rules that I use in here is I have walk around the instruments, not over them. I cannot tell you how annoyed I get when a student walks over the instruments after I just said it. They know now, though, that if that happens, they have to go sit back down and they don't get to play right now. I have always pick up the instruments carefully and gently. When arriving at an instrument, do not pick up the mallets. Wait for instructions. I'm really sick of them just banging it as soon as they get there. When the teacher is talking, mallets go into rest position, and they can either do that using their shoulders, their lap, or the floor. When taking off bars, use 2 hands, one on each end of the bar. Always play by bouncing the mallets in between the fence posts or the middle of the bar. David Rao is also where I got the fence post idea. I get a lot of stuff from him, where you teach your kids to play in between the fence posts, which are like, you know, the 2 little areas where the bars come off. Play the instruments gently. Do not hit them as hard as you can. Make music, which they need to learn the difference between making music and just hitting something, because they're not the same thing. That's not music. Place the mallets back in the instruments once done playing. Stop playing when the teacher gives you a cutoff. They know what a cutoff is. I use it all the time. It's very good. Always alternate your hands when playing. And hold them out like you're riding a bike. Closed fist, no fingers pointing out. The bike analogy really helps my kids. They know how to ride a bike for the most part, or at least how their hands need to look when riding a bike, and so I don't really have issues with how they hold their mallets. So I really like this mallet or Orff instrument rules area. So this is the Orff Instrumentarium. I really like that this year I was able to add the bass area. I wasn't sure I was going to be able to fit it, but I did. I have actually a bunch more in the closet. I know I'm really lucky. And fun story, the guy that was here before me that got these, he actually bought these from the set of Pocahontas. Like, these are the actual instruments that were used for the soundtrack for the Pocahontas Disney movie. So that's kind of awesome. But anyway, I keep them out all year. Obviously, they can move those forward when it's their time to do it. I just have them pushed back because of how close it is to the circle. But I really don't have any issues with them coming over here and bothering them throughout the year, so I figure just keep them out because we use them in every class period, so you might as well. So a lot of these cabinets I don't actually use. Like, there's a bunch of old stuff from the past teachers in there, like CDs and things, and I just haven't ever bothered those, so you don't want to see those. Those are Hot Mess Express. But this one is my recorder cabinet. So I have my wipes up there for cleaning, and I have the straps, and I have 2 buckets. One is normally clean and one is normally dirty. Right now they're both clean because the school year hasn't started. But they know to come over here and grab a recorder. Normally I put the bucket right down here for them, and they grab one, and then at the end they put them in the sink for cleaning, so I know that they need to be cleaned. Although this year I'm going to actually have them clean it themselves. These are extra recorders I have in case a kid needs one. And then I have my little sterile spray for the misting. I'm going to have them clean it, like I said, themselves. And there's a billion more recorders up there, but they're not as good of quality, but they're in the box. So I have 2 recorder bins for my recorders. And so far it works really well. They literally will just go from, you know, their chairs over there, whoop, 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 grab one, go that way, come back, and then, yeah, so that works well. Everyone has their miscellaneous drawer with like Band-Aids and Clorox wipes and tissues and dry erase markers and hand sanitizer and straws of all things. I don't know, but yeah, that's a good little area. I don't really organize it. It came like this, but it works. Right above the exit, I have my levels of understanding for the kids. At the end of the day, they line up by the door and they show me a 1, 2, 3, or 4 to show me how well they know the lesson. I have level 1. Beginner, which means that they don't really understand how to do it yet and they have a lot of questions. Level 2 is developing, meaning that they can do it if they have a lot of guided help from me, but they still have questions. Level 3 is approaching. They understand how to do it with maybe a little help, maybe not any, but they don't feel comfortable teaching someone yet. And then level 4 is mastery. They can do it completely on their own and they can teach somebody else, and they are definitely my teacher helpers on certain things. So I have all those. Instrument wall. And so we have up here the brass family with Gryffindor, of course. And then the percussion family, Slytherin, the longest one. And then we have the strings family, which is Ravenclaw. And then we have our woodwind family, which is Hufflepuff. And I'm really excited with how this came out. It's looking great. Then we have my all-time favorite door, which is the platform 9 3/4 door. It goes to the bathroom. My husband actually got this poster for me 3 years ago on my birthday, and I was like, what am I gonna do with this? Because I don't like hanging stuff up in the apartment because it gets ruined or it ruins the walls. But it actually came in really handy this year, so I'm super excited about it. And I think that the brick wall just matches really nicely with the door, and I'm excited to continue to use it. Alas, over here, we have the Timeout Area, or Azkaban, as it's so commonly known. Anyway, a kid gets sent here, and I don't actually have my timeout folder ready yet, but what it would be is the kid, so basically the first time they come over here, there's going to be a timer that's set to 5 minutes, and they flip the timer, and they just have to sit here for 5 minutes. It's just like a little like chill out, cool down moment, like you kind of were overreacting. Then when the timer is finished, they can go back to class. If they continue to be bad again, they have to go back there, and now they have to fill out this music worksheet, and they have to stay there till the music worksheet is done, or until 15 minutes, whichever comes first, because after 15 minutes, like, a kid is just not going to sit in timeout. So I do that, and then I also put it in my red folder that I had to talk to them twice, and then if their name goes in the red folder 3 times, then they get a letter sent home to their parent and a parent phone call, and I expect the letter back within 3 days. If I don't get it back within 3 days, then their grade gets docked a point. So that's what I do. And it seems to work pretty well, but I don't really have to send kids to Azkaban all too often, so yeah. Now we're at this area of the room, and these are all my different like types of music posters. I know they're not really Harry Potter themed, but I had them up from last year, and it really helps when I'm teaching about them. I do genres here with the kids, a genre lesson in 4th grade. So we have hip hop, Latin, blues, country, rock, jazz, folk, and classical. And I mean, they basically just say like all about them, like, you know, the sound, the roots, the pioneers, the places, the ensemble, and I really like that. There's nothing too special in here, just a bunch of files and different things. So we're gonna close this one up, and we're gonna go to the next one, which is all of my crayons and markers and colored pencils and all of that stuff, because, you know, sometimes when I have to do centers and things, the kids will need stuff, and it's really easy to just pull it out of here and get it ready for them. And then this cabinet is also miscellaneous. It's not in its best shape right now. Up there, I think there's some pens, pencils, scissors, erasers, we have rulers, glue sticks, a bucket of pencils and pens, some post-it notes, all of that good stuff. This is just basically my whole supply area. This last one is full of notebooks. I normally will pass these out to the kids to write on when we're taking tests and important things. I want to get a set of clipboards. I haven't really been able to do that yet, but that's on my next plan, on my next purchase. But yeah, and then up there is where my books go in the summer on my bookshelf, so that I have storage. This is my fun props drawer. So I have jump bands. If you don't know those, you should look it up. I have bean bags. I have scarves and bandanas in there. Underneath, I have all of my ribbon wands, which are super fun. I have some popsicle sticks, some staff paper, more giant popsicle sticks. These are beads for when I do like instrument bingo and all that. And then these are just stuff for my centers, like my note names and like all of that good stuff. So this is a fun little props manipulative drawer. Then you never know when you're going to need colored paper, so I have all different drawers. I have my red and orange drawer. Yes, I color coordinated it. And yellow and green. purples and blues, pinks and blacks, and last but not least, white, brown, and all other miscellaneous items. This has been really helpful whenever I need different colorful construction paper, so I'm actually really glad that I did this. Nothing special, just command hooks, some more erasers, a pencil sharpener. If you're wondering why those crayons are all already in different organization piles, it's for this kindergarten activity I do called Elmer by Tom Borden, and they need yellow, green, red, and blue, so I just keep them like that all year so that when I'm going to do that activity, I can just grab them just like that. Up here is where I store all of my winter concert and like other miscellaneous concert items. So like here is my garland, Christmas garland, and then these are some ants and some stuff from the 3rd grade musical Bugs last year. The art teacher and this 1st grade teacher made all of it for me. I'm super blessed to have them, and so I'm really glad that I have that storage up top. We move onward and upward. This is the tempo corner. So they have the word tempo, and then I have adagio, andante, moderato, allegro, presto, accelerando, and ritardando. And so I think this is a good place, a good way to have the tempos one. So that's where my tempo is. And yet another Pinterest-worthy hack is the boom whackers on the wall. I don't know who I found this from, but it's worked pretty great. If you see a couple are falling down, I need to reattach some more Velcro onto them. But they stay pretty well throughout the year, and it just makes it really easy for the kids to just grab one off the wall, play it, put it right back. And then we also have my reading corner. So this chair my friend gave me, and it didn't really have any use in our house, so we brought it here, and it's actually been really great. So when I have story time, I bring the kids over here, I sit in the chair, I read a story, we do instruments, all that good stuff. And then over here I have all of my animal friends. So I use this one for shouting voice and for the song Grizzly Bear. I got that from David Rao. I get lots of things from David Rao. I also use this bat for whisper voice. He uses a butterfly. I didn't have one. My bunny is missing, so I had to buy another one. That's on the way. And so this is my naughty kitty cat for that song. I have turtle for slow like a turtle when I'm teaching slow. I have this dog for like doggy doggy with your bone and like, you know, bow wow wow and all that stuff. I have a fish one for Charlie over the ocean. Pete the cat I won in a raffle. A frog one because there's lots of frog songs like Frog in the Meadow. This chicken is for Chicken in the Fence Post. The kids absolutely love it. I was given the piglet and the sheep. I bought the T-Rex. I don't really know what to use it for yet, but I kind of love it. That thing, I don't really know. And then I have a bumblebee puppet for BB Bumblebee. I have a spider, I have a duck, another little bumblebee, a whale, a baseball, and a mouse. And I use stuffed animals like they're going out of style. They're really, really helpful in my teaching. I also have 2 horses, and these were given to me by a friend, along with a bunch of little stuffed animals and like all that stuff. But I use these for this wild horseman activity that Artie Almeida does. So if you don't know it, you should look it up. It's in her Parachutes, Ribbons, and Scarves one. But it's super, super fun. Of course, I have all my musical books. Almost all of these were donated to me through a Donors Choose project through the bulletin board lady. She had a list of like some books that were good for K through 2 and 3 through 5, and I basically put all of them on my wish list, and I got all of them, so super awesome. I have all sorts of fun ones in here, like, oh, Drummer Hoff, that's a good one. And then I have my whiteboards for when we do whiteboard activities, and I have my recorder books for when we're doing recorder activities. So I love this whole corner. It's one of my favorite corners. We can't forget about the dynamics wall. If we have a tempo wall, we have to have a dynamics wall. So I put it right under the clock, and I have the dynamics fun, and then pianissimo, piano, mezzo piano, mezzo forte, forte, fortissimo, crescendo, and decrescendo. And I just had to have them match, so I made them look exactly the same. But I'm really glad with how it came out. Here's my magical filing cabinet. I've not had time to actually like put some border around it. I wanted to do that. I'll do that soon. You know, the music teacher life where you never have enough time. But I have materials A through L. And so I basically put any manipulatives and stuff that I have throughout the year. Like here's this bird nest activity I do, this candy corn rhythm race, fast and slow centers, farm shapes, all that different stuff. And then I have the same thing for M through Z, so you know, stuff like note centers and note reading, parodies, pre-K, all that good stuff. Then this is assessments and miscellaneous. So each teacher has their own folder for when they have assignments and stuff. I have to redo it for this year because a lot of these teachers aren't here anymore. Oh, I even have stuff from last year. How cute is that? That's the Elmer thing I was talking about. But anyway, so they have that. And then this is a bunch of stuff that was already here when I got here that I was like, I sorted through and actually kind of liked. So I use it throughout the year. A lot of it is like listening maps and stuff. So there's that. And then last but not least, we have choir, recorder, musicals, winter concert, all that stuff. So here's musical that I did last year. I have recorder forms and student IEPs and choir, Charlie Dixon concert, like songs we've done in the past. That's basically my whole choir repertoire. Then we go into this magical closet. And I must say, this closet's in way better shape than it was when I left for the summer. So over here is a bunch of books that I just didn't want to get rid of. They were here when I got here. I don't really look through them, so they're kind of wasting space, but it's whatever. This is my manipulatives area. So I tried to organize it by like K1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But if you see, I have this elephant one for when I do Elmer, a toy microphone for when I'm doing the fake voices, another pointer because I'm kind of obsessed with pointers. And then I have different manipulatives like for doggy doggy, all that good stuff. Down here is for when I do the opera cat song. If you haven't heard it, it's wonderful. It's another Arnie Almeida favorite. I have my tennis balls for when I'm teaching the lines and spaces along with a bunch of other stuff. Over here is my pitch explorations. That's something I bought off West Music. They're cute little pitch stories and they're actually really cool. This turkey one is a hat. The kids eat it up. I use it all freaking time for Thanksgiving. And these turkey gobblers as well. It's for this fun turkey gobbler song that I learned with the kids. Yes, they actually gobble, so I'm going to make it work. And then those are my music curriculum. I don't really use it because it's kind of outdated from like the 80s and they haven't given us anything since then, so I don't use them. Up here is a bunch of random stuff like horses and cups and stuff for cup stacking games and horse activities. These are posters I absolutely do not use, but I did not want to trash because they were not mine originally. Same thing for right here. Here is my giant green snake I use. I use witches brooms and hula hoops and candy canes for like any sort of horse riding activity depending on the season of the year. This is a thing that I use for breathing. I'll like open it for the kids to take a big breath and then like close it like, you know, and make them do shh, shh, shh for different stuff. I have all of my posters I've made throughout the year for K1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, all basically around here, except for this karaoke machine, which I pull out for PBS days, which is Positive Behavior Support Days. Those are all my bulletin borders. All the stuff that I just don't have hanging up right now from like prior years. Last year it was monster themed, the year before that was rainbow themed. And then this is just a hotbed of stuff. Those are plates I used for my winter concert performance for the Nutcracker. Those hats, I don't remember what we used those for. Those flags were for a multicultural day that we did. And if you look under there, Bugs costumes. So this is way better than it looked. And then those are also things up there, the bulletin borders and stuff that I didn't have room for. And then this area is for PE. Except for the records right there, and games and stuff, so it's kind of just very barren. This is my daily profit area, and I absolutely love how it came out with the bulletin border. There's a Harry Potter clock. I haven't put batteries in yet. I have a calendar for August. I have, of course, all of the Daily Profit newsletter photos that like just look really well with it. I have my Hedwig owl and this cool thing that I got at Target. It's a timer, but it's actually way longer than I thought. It's like a 15-minute timer, and I don't need a 15-minute timer, but it has great decoration purposes. This giraffe light doesn't match. Yes, I know. However, I'm obsessed with giraffes. I wanted something with giraffes. That's a homework bin for me. If they have homework, they can turn it in there. This is where I put all of my lesson plans. There are no lesson plans in it currently, however, because I just haven't finished them yet. But it goes K1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need to add one for pre-K this year because I have to teach pre-K this year. But I just literally open it up, grab the lesson plan, and go. And it works very well for me. And then I also have the Harry Potter crest right there. I put a lot of my students' artwork and things that they give me throughout the year on this wall. I haven't put any of it up yet from like prior years. That's my next classroom project, you know. But that's where that would go. And this wonder of beauty is my desk. It actually looks pretty clean right now. Anyway, over here is the mouse pad that I made that has different like things in my life, different moments that I really enjoy looking at all the time. I have a picture of me and my husband and my doggy, Zeldy. I love them so much. Stuff that I'm sorting through right now, like calendar stuff, solfege stuff. These are my seating charts. I created them this year, the shape. So it says like the grade, it has a little keyboard at the bottom for keeping up with their points, house points, and then it has class and chairs, which the chairs match all of this. So that's what that is. There's just not a gap in the middle. That's a seating chart. And then underneath, one of my favorite Target purchases was this calendar that has Post-it notes on the side. I haven't filled out too much yet. I'm telling you, I'm just really busy and haven't had a lot of time yet. But I'm going to use this calendar a lot. It's going to be like a desk calendar for me. I'm super stoked. And then behind here, I have some pencils, some pens, all the stuff that you need on your desk. Drawer is mainly used to maintain my Mustang bucks, which is what we use throughout the year to award to kids. They basically just say you were caught by Miss Barton for being respectable, responsible, and a good role model, because that's what we do here. And then there's other stuff. Yeah, if you're asking why a knife and a fork are in there, I forget utensils all the time for lunch, so I have a set here just in case. And then this is all miscellaneous, typical desk stuff, and we're not going to even open the bottom one because it's a hot mess, I promise you. I have my little create above here so that the kids know that music is a creative space. I have this little dragon from Harry Potter along with the golden snitch. And then I have my music stand. I decorated it in paper this year. I used the stand, you know, to put my planner on, my iPad, all that stuff. And I really like it. It's a helpful little thing for me to just be able to grab. So I love the stand. Up here is, of course it's falling down again, the Line and Spaces poster. I have the skater that my mom made that I'm super happy about, and I graduated from UF, so that's why that's up there. And then it says lines and spaces are a serious deal. Get it? Sirius Black. And we have McGonagall, Bellatrix, Dobby, Voldemort, Sirius, Dumbledore, Hagrid, and then McGonagall and Bellatrix again. So I really like this. It's very good and helpful. And then down here is my stuff that has to do with the staff, like staff, treble clef, bar line, bass clef, double bar line, fermata, repeat sign, all the typical stuff that they would see if they were reading a piece of music. Under here is all of my rhythms. I have quarter note, quarter rest, eighth notes beamed and unbeamed, eighth rest, 16th notes, half rest, whole note, and whole rest. I like to have them up there all year so that the students are constantly being able to look at what I'm teaching them, and the word dream just to inspire them. We have my beautiful whiteboard. What is that beautiful thing? It's the smart board. If you don't know, I've been waiting for a smart board for 4 years now. So, super excited about this. Probably one of the things I'm most excited about in this classroom. Do I know how to use it yet? Absolutely not. I'll figure it out. Above all of this, I put all my recorded stuff. So over here, we have my recorder set up, the rest position, ready position, playing position, and then playing posture and stuff like that. In the middle, I have all of the recorder fingerings that they're gonna need. And then I have up here, recorder breakdown, and then some rules like cover the holes completely, left hand on top, blow using soft air, and articulate using do. So this is my recorder area, and I really like how it came out. Here, I got these from Lindsay Jervis, who got it from someone else, are different ways of moving around the classroom. So you have your scatter spots, circle spots, board spots, and partner spots. So scatter spots, you know, obviously they're scattered by themselves. Circle spots are when they're in their circle. Board spot is where they sit in front of the board. K through 2 sits on the floor in front of the board for when I'm teaching instruction, and then 3 through 5 sit in chairs. And then partner spots are when they need a partner activity and they just spread out throughout the room. I'm really excited to use these. We're going to be practicing the transitions for these a lot, going from circle to board, etc. How I transition is K through 2, I will sing. Like, maybe they have colors, for the Gryffindor colors and all that stuff. So I'll say like, blue spots, stand up. And then like, blue spots, move to the circle. And they'll like move to the circle and all that stuff. For 3rd through 5, I don't really sing to them. That's kind of cheesy. So I play the same exact thing on recorder. And they know what it is. They know all the stuff and all that good stuff. And then I stole this circle song from Anna Krusik podcast. I can't remember how it starts right now, but it's like super cute. I bought this thing. I'm not sure what I'm going to use it for yet, but I was excited about it, so I bought it. It was only $1. This is going to be used for positive parent phone calls. So at the end of every class, I'm going to pick a student that I think did a really good job that week and put their name in the hat, in the bowl. And I'm going to do that with all the classes all day. And then, so there should be like about 6 names in the hat. And then at the end of every day, I will pick one name out of the hat, and that is the name of the parent that I'm going to call that day and tell them that they did an exceptional job. Because I don't think the teachers do that enough. We always call about the bad, and we never call about the good. And sometimes that parent, all they need is to be called once and actually be told something good about themselves. And sometimes the parents are just so proud of their kids, and I want to be able to do that for them. So I'm really excited about this positive parent phone call jar. Then we have this thing of beauty, this beautiful 10-drawer cart from Michaels that I absolutely love, and I hold all sorts of stuff in it. So right now we have all of my classroom pointers. I have way more than this. Like I have a tiger claw and a skeleton one, but I don't have those in the drawer right now. And then I have all of these cool rhythms. They're made out of like silicone, I think, and you can just stick them on the board and they stay on. And so I have those for all these different rhythm pattern activities that I do. It's really great. And then I have regular ones, and then I have solfege ones, all different colors. Really good. Then I have my sticker drawer. It's not very exciting right now. I don't have a lot of stickers, just star ones, but it's gonna get there. And then I have, these are for form. When I'm doing form shapes, I can just be like, all right, we need ABA, so triangle, circle, triangle. So it's my form shapes. And then I have the Little Red Riding Hood and the wolf. And then I have a pig and a horse puppet. And then I have extra alphabet magnets and numbers magnets. So that's fun. And then I have all the erasers you could possibly imagine. I have, let's see, cats and dogs, sun, moon, and stars, apples, pumpkins. I know I have one more, I think. I don't know. But anyway, I have a bunch of erasers. I use those for like lines and spaces and stuff when I'm doing activities with the kids. They have a couple and they use these as the manipulatives for the staff. It's super fun. And then there's nothing at the moment in those drawers. So I'm going to keep working on that. Then you have my piano, which I love this poster. When you enter this classroom, you're musicians, singers, movers, performers, creators, composers, players. You are loved. You are the reason we are here. I absolutely love that poster. I speak that over my students all the time. I think it's really great for them to see that and to be constantly reminded of that. And then I have all these bad boys. My art teacher bought these for me the first year at like a yard sale and just thought I had to have them, and I love them. So I have Mendelssohn and Chopin and Mozart, Brahms, Schubert, Bach, Beethoven, and Verdi. I absolutely love them. They're super cute. The kids love them. When we do Composers of the Month, it's really cute to have those. To the right of this door, you have my mom's, another poster that my mom made me that I always say, if you play before I say, I will take your instrument away. That's basically like the golden rule in here, and the kids know that, and so they don't really test that, and if they forget and they take their instrument away, then they're really sad. And then I have the I solemnly swear that I am up to no good poster for the Harry Potter theme. And then I have Sulfa Street, which I did not make this. This is the only thing in my classroom I didn't make that was Harry Potter. I think it's Harmony with Miss Harmon did it. I'll post a link to it, but it's Sulfa Street with all the different places of Hogwarts. I don't have all the posters right now, but like there's the Knight's Bus and like, you know, Hogwarts obviously, and then there's here's Ollivanders and Gringotts, and then you have the little mandrakes for the for sale. I really like this. I can't wait to use it. I only have Soul and Me up right now because that's what I start with at the start of the year, but it's super cute and I love it. Over here, I have my schedule. I got this from Pocketful of Primary on Teachers Pay Teachers, and it's been great. I have the class schedule and then the different activities that I have throughout the day. So this is not a pretty bad day. I have a small school. That's why there's so many planning periods. Not because I get a lot of planning. And I'm not going to get it. It's probably going to have to go towards something else. But like teaching or going into reading intervention. So we'll take it while I can for now. And then I have the date because I have to have my standards board. I put it on there so that I can move it around the room wherever I need it. And it has to have the topic, the standard, the learning goal, the essential question, and the check for understanding. I have to have a K through 5. I put it in rainbow. I only change it every couple of weeks because, you know, music standards don't have to change every single week. So that's what I use it for. That right there is a room that you are never going to see the inside of because that is literally my stick stuff in there and just hope it doesn't fall out door. I kid you not. There's like a piano in there. Yes, I have 2 pianos, so I don't know why I have 2. And there's like all these props, giant props from the musicals, and like all this other stuff in there. Like, we just don't go in there unless like we want to feel bad about ourselves. So we don't go in there. Then we have the instrument storage room. Ooh, ah. It's actually very big. This is where I keep all my bass bars and like bar stuff throughout the year. But right now, that's something that I need to do later. I have my membranes, woods, shakers, and metals for when I do hoop groups with the 2nd graders because, you know, they need to know their unpitched instrument categories. And then I have a bunch of wooden mallets in there. I have this little wooden guy to use for like old Joe Clark and stuff, so that's super fun, and a washboard. And then this is where my instruments that were out in my room go when they're being stored. And there's a guitar in here, more rhythm sticks and boom whackers, a whole drum set of misproportions that I never use because it doesn't really work. And then some flowers from the musical last year and like miscellaneous musical items that didn't fit out there. A bunch of stuffed animals that I don't care for that were here, and instruments that were here before me. Yeah, more instruments. Chimes, which I do use because those are beautiful and really expensive. I have these instrument stands. I just got these through a Donors Choose project. They're back in here because I don't have enough and I don't want to just have those out there. So I'm waiting till I get a full set to put those out there. But these are the 3 that I have so far. And then we go here and I have a bunch of ukuleles that were already here when I got here. They're of okay quality. But these 4 right here are more expensive and I got those through a Donors Choose last year. And so I'm trying to actually restock my ukulele area because I want to have a ukulele club, which I'm starting this year after school. Super excited. And then these are extra xylophones and all that. A billion mallets and drumsticks of all different sorts. More xylophones. Empty space for where I store my xylophones. Train whistles. All that fun stuff for, like, you know, just miscellaneous things. A little whiteboard that I use when I have announcements of the day. And so another little mini chalkboard and some rain sticks that were here when I got here. And then a billion violins that I don't ever use because they're old and broken and stuff. I guess they had a strings program before I got here, but I don't use it. And then my handbells and my accidental notes. So, and kisses. So that's what that says. Oh, I forgot. And then up here, all my kid sticks that I made, along with buckets behind them. So the kid sticks I borrowed from Artie Almeida. I made all of them. I got different tape in them. They have a tambourine, a little beat board, which is just a cutting board from the Dollar Tree, and some drumsticks. And then I wanted to add this cool other little rubber thing on them that, like, you can pull in and out and make cool sounds with, but I don't have that yet. But the kids love it. I normally start that in about 2nd grade. Finally, my office. Here's a story about my office. I've had it for 3 years. I haven't used it any of the years because there was not a computer in here. There was only a computer out there. And I hated sitting out there. Then they finally gave me a computer last year, and they gave me a dinosaur computer. So this year, I finally have a nice computer. It's one of the most updated ones in the school, so I can actually use my office. Over here are a bunch of drawings from my kids over the years, along with, like, you know, my phone list and my curriculum maps and, like, all the stuff that I need. And then I have my little cap from graduation. Yes, it's missing the 2. It says Music Advantage, Harry Potter. Love it. And then I have some decorations and some CDs, all of my CDs. These are all of my method books and stuff that I use. I have tons of stuff, like, you know, the John Feyerabend books, Rhythmically Moving, the Music for Children, you know, all the stuff you need. I have a bunch of binders and stuff and composition notebooks I'm trying to store up on because I want to do interactive notebooks with my kids this year for music. And then that's all miscellaneous stuff. The suitcase is just how I carry stuff to school, guys. And then here's a bunch of stuff that I have to sort through before I leave today. My lunchbox, my Ravenclaw banner because I'm a Ravenclaw, loud and proud. This cute little tapestry I bought online. I think it's really, really cute for my office. All of my schedules and stuff, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I normally have a Keurig over there. I haven't brought it in yet. And then my filing cabinet, which in here, I think it's just like a bunch of stuff like sub plans and like all of that stuff. And then this one is all the stuff that I didn't want, but I didn't want to throw away that was here before I got here. So that's what that is. And then we go to my desk. I have this that my friend got me for my birthday because I'm obsessed with giraffes. A rookie teacher plaque, some artwork and things. That's my name in sign language that my mom bought me that I love. This is my songs and poems folder. I also stole this from David Rao. Literally everything. David Rao. He should just come teach my class. And basically, I have songs and poems for the month, the first quarter, and then I used Flair pens, because why not, so that I can keep track of all the different grade levels of what we're doing in each class. And then, of course, my computer. And then my little giraffe more. And then this is all stuff I need to sort through. And then that was from my bridal shower the art teacher threw for me. And then another picture of me and my wonderful husband. And then a UF thing that my brother made me, along with like all of this stuff. And this is my office. And just like that, we conclude my classroom tour. I really hope you enjoyed it. Maybe saw some things that you liked, things you didn't. Well, if you didn't like them, don't tell me. But anyway, I hope that you liked the classroom tour. I'm really excited to do Harry Potter Hogwarts theme this year. I'm really excited to see the kids. And I was really excited because I had open house today. Or orientation, whatever. Anyway, and I knew almost all the kids. And normally, like, we have a big influx of kids that are new and ones that leave just because we're a very transient school. But this year, almost all of my kids stayed. And so I'm super excited about that. It's really nice to have the same people. and I'm just super excited for the year that's ahead. If you liked this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up so that other music teachers can find it and it reaches them easier. I would love if you also would subscribe to my channel, wherever down below it is. And like I said earlier in the beginning, I will be posting at least 2 videos a week. One is a teacher vlog of the week, and then one, it is depending what week it is or what week in the month it is either the Whimsical Wednesday, which is like fun topics like maybe a timeout one that I was thinking about, or maybe how to use the app Idokio for music. If you don't know what it is, it's a really great app. It's not just for music teachers, it's actually for other teachers. I've just adapted it for music, so maybe that. And then Folk Friday the other week, so fun folk songs or dances that I like that are good. So I think you should subscribe, like my channel, share it, like show other music teachers, and also follow me on Instagram and Facebook, The Whimsically Musical Teacher. I hope to see you there, but The Whimsically Musical Teacher is out.